but let's actually talk about the Middle East because, gosh, what a weekend it's been. I mean, the US and Israel taking out the Ayatollah there. I want to ask you what you think this means politically for Donald Trump. I personally think if he pulls this off and this all goes to plan, everyone's hoping and praying for liberation, then this is an incredible foreign policy achievement. On the other hand, though, there is a part of the MAGA base who don't want to go to war and it could possibly backfire. But how do you see it?
Well, for the MAGA base, it backfires if it goes on for too long. I mean, Trump was very clear that he didn't want to start forever wars and didn't want to get involved in forever wars, and that his philosophy on foreign policy, particularly when it comes to the Middle East, is that Western intervention largely has not worked. And it doesn't mean he's an isolationist, as some people have previously tried to suggest. And, of course, we saw that on his last strike on Iran. And we've seen it in the fact that he went in and negotiated a peace deal in the Middle East. I mean, again, who else would have been able to do something like that?
Yeah.
Help pull off the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, right? It's only someone like Trump who can do that. So, yes, if it goes on forever, then the MAGA base will get upset. But if, as he says, this is a 4-week operation, we go in, we get rid of the people we need to get rid of, and we liberate the people of Iran, I can't see any blowback whatsoever. Because, apart from Iran, there's not really anyone else who doesn't want or didn't want the Ayatollah gone and doesn't want a change of regime. I get that changing regime is a difficult proposition and it does upset the equilibrium. And we've seen what happens a la Afghanistan, where you go in and you say, okay, well, you're gone, and then you just up sticks and leave, and, well, the Taliban comes back, right?
Yeah, of course.
You can't do your operations like that. But the people of Iran wanted the Ayatollah gone. The rest of the Middle East wanted the Ayatollah gone. The entirety of the West wanted the Ayatollah gone. So it's really hard to lose in this situation for Trump unless he really messes it up, like does a Biden and pulls out of Afghanistan and gives the weapons and the tanks to the Taliban. Well, this is the thing. I mean,
the Democrats, though, they have given billions of dollars over the years anyway to Iran. They've basically been supporting the regime. Like, Kamala Harris, you've got all these representatives, they've come out, they're all upset about it. It's always the left, always the left. They love peace. They're the most tolerant of us all, that they'll keep telling you that. Yet when it comes to people on the right actually making strong and tough decisions like what Donald Trump has done, suddenly it's, we didn't want this. We didn't want this.
Well, there was a headline in the New York Times, and this is like the coverage that you would only get for an Islamist, right? The headline in the New York Times, Ayatollah Khamenei dies aged 86 or whatever he was, leader who put Iran on the map, or words to those effects,
Iran on the
right?
map, yeah.
And it's like, do you reckon they would have written a headline, Hitler dies aged 56, who made Germany a European power?
Of course.
No.
Of course they would never have. They would never have.
They did make it a European power. They went to war and lost.
Yeah, exactly.
But you wouldn't glorify Hitler in that way.
No.
So why would you glorify a murderous, dictatorial, Islamist pig?
Yep.
And say, he put Iran on the map. It's those sort of editorial decisions. It's just like, come on.
It's a shocker. No, it really has been a shocker. I'm very curious to see how this plays out. But I mean, I've been saying this all day on my show. Thank goodness for Donald Trump, because he's had the moral courage and moral clarity, and Benjamin Netanyahu as well, to actually do this. No world leader has.